and it was really a mistake. I was like doing check-ins and then I deleted. Oh, anyway, we are live on YouTube now, and very good. 6 a.m. meetings are back, and just because Friday and Monday I didn't do the immersions. Today was really hard to wake up in the morning. So routine, it sucks when you don't do like every day, or especially when it's really, really hard and it hurts, you know? So that's the topic of this morning, okay? I'm Philip. I'm not a teacher in this immersion. I'm here to develop myself. I'm not here to help. I'm not here to teach. I'm just here to evolve and develop my inner self doing this immersions at 6 a.m. So I'm going to break you out in 2 rooms so we can have a better conversation. And let me see. Yeah, we're gonna be in here. Okay, so let's go ahead. And Daphne, Lurian, and Rosalia, the girls, are going to be in another room. Me and Diogo, Samuel, and Rafael here in the main room. Okay, so enjoy, as always, and see you in a minute. For Samuel, Rafael, Diogo, let's start with the personal presentations. Let me go through Samuel first. Present yourself, Samuel. Go ahead.
Hey, hello guys, good morning. So my name is Samuel. I am 36 years old. I am a software engineer. I'm studying at the BioUA pathway at the moment, doing a bachelor graduation. I'm married. I have 2 kids. And in my free time, I like to play my drum, ride my bike, and spend some time with my family.
Very good.
That's it, yes.
You, Diogo, go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Diogo Naga, 42 years old, married, I have 2 boys. I'm a commercial manager at insurance marketing with 25 years of experience in strategic relationships, sales, insurance markets, and insurance markets. That's it. I'm here in TALKNTALK learning this almost 1 year, sorry. And I'm pleasure to be here with you.
Very good. And Rafa, go ahead.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Rafael. I'm 32 years old. I grew up in São Paulo, but I've been living in Europe for 4 years. I used to live in France because I'm doing my PhD there, and I'm also a professor in French university. But nowadays I'm living in Netherlands because I'm doing my research there. Specifically today, I'm in Bordeaux in France because I will do a presentation here. And just to share a very I will have my first job interview in English maybe in the next week, and that will be a real challenge. But I'm so happy that I'm trying, and the end that I'm practicing English for the first time in my life for real since February. So even if I don't have the best English nowadays, I'm a little bit confident to almost have a communication and try to do my best.
Very good, Rafa. I hope you do your best, and hopefully you're gonna get the job. But yeah, English, it's like, as far as I can see, English, it's not an issue for you. So just go ahead, just enjoy, and don't worry about the language, okay? It's gonna be fine. And we're gonna talk about hurts on growing, okay? So does growing hurt? That's the topic of this morning. And Rafa, let me start with you. What does growing mean to you? Just to have a concept on this idea before we start.
Very, very hard to define it. The first thing that I have in mind is that grow. It's something, a natural process, something physical. But I think grow is more than that. So especially it's when we learn something new. So it's changed our life for in a good sense. So I to start, I can keep with these two. How say that? Conceptions. So something more physical and another thing change and that happening in our lives. So
Very good. Samuel and Diogo, do you have anything else to add to this?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Samuel.
Okay. Yeah. I believe when we decide to grow, we have to leave some certain things behind us, right? Such as old habits that makes us waste time or money, bad friendship that don't offer anything good, right? Or talk about good things. And as Rafael said, growth is a concept of maybe feeling pain, a physical pain, but yeah, I think the concept is not only you know, the growth is when you decide to grow, you need to start in your own mind. Some difficulty is not related only to the body or your muscles, but your mind as well.
Great.
That's it.
Very good. And Diogo?
Yes, I agree. For me, it's development, it's evolution, it's turn yourself more stronger, our minds. Okay, we have the natural process about physical growth, but only specifically uh, when you are thinking about self-awareness. I believe that growth is thinking of yourself first, in your actions, in your opinions, in your what we can do, what and how we can do for growth, for evolution, for accelerate our goals, our dreams, for example. That's it.
Yeah, and I decided to bring this topic just because the past week and this week it's been so hard, and I have been suffering a lot with a couple of things at the platform, especially the bugs we faced since the end of the week. And I started to realize that I only evolve when it hurts. When I feel comfortable, I feel stuck after I look back, you know. So the platform itself, it's pretty much like that. When I'm feeling comfortable, things are going well. There's no development. But when it hurts, when there's a challenge, when there's something to struggle with, then things start to grow, you know. So my next question is, can you remember a moment when you felt you were truly growing? So Diogo, going back to you, do you remember a moment in your life when you felt really, oh, this
Yes.
is a growing moment?
Uh, Unfortunately, the first moment I remember a long time ago, I was 12 years old, and my father stayed sick with tuberculosis. And in this time, my dad almost died, but it's a difficult period because I was teenager. My father 1 year ago had to fire on the job. He doesn't university, and but he's a technology guy. But in this time, it's very difficult to get a new job without a degree, you know. And in this moment, my family opened a restaurant, a pastelaria in a small city here in state of São Paulo. And my father stayed there was very difficult because all the plans, all your dreams, for example, it's over. It's good because he doesn't die, but our financial situation, family, our problems growing because without money for survivor, literally survivor. And it was necessary to change for São Paulo city because here we have a home, our home, no rent. And I remember when one day my daddy stayed in, I don't know this word in in English, but okay, coma translation it's similar, equal coma. My my old uncle said to me, "Oh, Diogo, now you are the man of the house." You know, I was 12 years old, and the situation really, really, really was difficult for me. The first moment was very nice when my first son was born, but difficult too because he was born with 6 months. My ex-wife have a little problem about the pregnancy, but it's good because Lucas don't have any problems, but it was necessary to stay in CTO because necessary growth, develop your body, especially especially your lung because
Yeah.
he's very, 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 very little. And now it's my recent points. It's stop the smoking. I tell with you in other sessions, but it's for me. It's remember that I really, really, really grow because it's very difficult to stop. And I stop and start at the gym since January this month. And to be here practicing English, to be here, wake up 6 o'clock now. It's the proof. We can and we must enjoy all the moments of our life. You know.
Yeah. Like not for Rafael, but for us that we are waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning here in Brazil, it hurts, to wake up early in the morning. So Samuel, what about yourself? Which moment can you recall and share with us that you grew?
So for me, Felipe, I believe it was the birth of my first child. That was the milestone of my true growth. At this point of my life, I was living with my mom, and I did not have a stable job, so I was facing a lot of troubles. I I could even care of myself, and I think, oh man, how can I will handle a new child? So at that moment, I had to decide right there. I would follow a different path. I need to do this right now. So from that point on, I could not longer give chance for failure or consider it this an option in my life. Because at this moment I have to change my mind. I know it was very difficult. I mean, it was very difficult. It was a decision time. I decided to stay and not go out to buy some smoke. So I think this is a decision when a kid dies and a man born. Because right now you have to do what you have to do. It doesn't matter what you have to do.
Have no choice.
Right? Yeah. I think that was the real milestone. And of course, be here as well is another very great decision to grow, because it's very hard. But I have to say, today I could just look at my phone, stop my alarm. I even take a shower before came down here and take my coffee. But I fight less with myself, I don't remember if I talked with you, but last week, every time my alarm just start to
Ring.
Sorry?
Ring.
To bring, yeah, thanks. To bring, I start a huge fight in my mind. Oh man, no, just give some excuse to don't be there or something like that. But today I just look at my phone, stop my alarm, and start to think, hey, let's go. It will be a good time,
Yeah.
I think, as you said, we need some routine.
Yeah. And I think the act, the movement that we are having here at 6 a.m., it goes beyond just the practice of English. So even when you are a host, when you are regularly coming here to practice your English, it shows you off a lot of things, not just English itself. So what's
Yeah,
behind
totally.
the behavior of coming here at 6 a.m. in the morning? I'm gonna tell you, if I would bet on people from Talk and Talk to be successful or to succeed, I would definitely bet on people who are waking up early in the morning to practice English, no matter what they do,
Great.
because of the willingness, the desire, the eager to survive or to thrive,
The
So
commitment with
yeah,
yourself.
exactly. So yeah. And you, Rafa, how do you see this about yourself, a moment where you remember you were growing for real?
Yeah, it's a good question. And for first of all, congratulations for you. That's a 6 a.m. That's for just for the brave people.
Yeah.
So and just I don't remember a moment when I was how said it, I have I was conscious that I was growing. But nowadays, and to be honest, I just realized it at this moment recently when I was already an adult. But something that happened to me, and it's happened now, is that I have this conscious, not at the moment, but just a little bit after. So, for example, when I moved to France, it was a very hard to me. It was a painful moment, and I had so many problems in different areas of my life. And at that moment, when I was passing for these problems, it was just how to say that a pain, a problem. It was not something that I like it. But just a little bit after, I could realize that I had learned so many things, and this is to me growth. So said and nowadays, I pay more attention in this moment because I think that if you have the conscious, it's more not that will be more easy, but you will feel yourself more. It's okay. It's like that. It's just, and that will be always like that. It's impossible. It's not impossible, but it's hard to grow and to learn something without how to say that effort, without fight for it, without difficult, so without hard moments. And nowadays, I'm trying to feel like that, to think like that. It's helping me, not just to do it because I always was someone that just do things what what was better to me. But nowadays, I keep doing it but with more conscious about the process, and that's like that, and it's more easy to maintain yourself doing things maybe. So this is to start. It was the moment that I how said it was not at the moment, but I could realize just a little bit after. It was when I moved to France, and I faced the through how said that many problems in my personal life, in my work. It was a moment when I lost how said all my self confidence, and I had to build everything again. And nowadays, I think that I can realize, for example, I'm here and I can feel it's so hard to me speaking English and to be here on Talk and Talk, but I'm putting it in my daily routine. And I even if I said during very moments I don't feel comfortable speaking English, I can realize that I'm growing and that I'm learning something that for the first time I am having the courage to face this how say that this challenge that it is practice English and also that improve my English.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure for those for Diogo and Samuel especially, listening to you saying, "Oh, my English is not so good. I need to be better, this and that." For them, it's like, man, you are really good at English, you know. So that's what I find interesting. The point is, it's not to learn the language. It's not to learn grammar. It's to develop self-esteem over English speaking, you know, your confidence. So Rafa, I don't know your next steps on English, but if you want to develop better your confidence, just talk to us to host an English immersion, you know, so you can bring a topic of your own interest, and it's gonna help you better. Okay.
Okay.
And I think from my side, the last moment I remember, and there are billions and billions of moments when you have a business, especially. But recently for me, it's the when I change cities, when I change places. Now I am settled here in Juiz de Fora, and I have a routine, but it took me 6 months for it. And I remember it took me 6 months to settle in Canada when I moved to Toronto. So, and it's hard to explain how is this settle feeling. But of course, I come here and things are going well, but you have the feeling, at least for me, I have the feeling that I still don't have a routine. I still don't have people to talk to. I don't know where to go. I don't feel, I don't know, it's complicated. But it takes me like around 6 months to settle in, you know. So that's why the beginning of the last year, I was struggling a lot because I arrived in Canada in August 2020. We are 25, August 2023. And by the beginning of 2024, I was like struggling, motivation, energy. So things were not going so well. And then really after 6 months, things started to evolve, to grow, and to develop. And it feels like the same here, like Minas. So it's interesting to look back, you know. And I think there's moments where we can think about that in English, talk about things like that in English. So Diogo was talking about some specific moments of his life, and you need to recall words, information, and then you don't know, and then you go and search, you know. This is part of the process. So, and it hurts like to try to talk and you can't express yourself as good as you do in Portuguese. And we are comparing ourselves all the time in Portuguese. Oh, I'm not good in English because you're comparing yourself to Portuguese. oh, my English is bad because you have been using Portuguese for like 30, 40 years, like decades. So it's impossible to be as good as you are in Portuguese in English. Okay. I'm gonna ask another question here. Question number 4. Have you ever made a difficult decision that helped you grow? And let me start with Rafael back again. Which decision you remember that it was really hard and made you grow for real?
Yeah, I think it was when I decided to stay in France, even if I didn't have money enough. So and something very how to say that concrete job opportunity or something like that. It was something that I was looking for an opportunity to do my PhD, to be paid to do my research and teach. But at that moment, I had nothing, and it was a very, very hard decision that I've made, and it was because of that that I could to grow even more. I finished my master degree, and I how to say that I passed in the other jobbers interview in France, and I could get the post. The first one it was not a good job, but it was the job that I could found and that give me money to survive. The second one, it was a good thing that it was in the I don't know how to say it in English. Consulado, it's the consul,
Consulate, yes.
the consulate, the Brazilian consulate in France. So it was very good. And just after I achieved my goal, that was to be accepted by a professor in the PhD program. And just after I passed in the concours, I don't know how to say it, to concurso, and to a process to receive the contract. So it was with many people. Everyone told me that it was impossible, that was something that I could not achieve because it was just for the French people. But I did my best, and it happened. So at that moment, the crucial moment, I think it was when I had nothing, and I decided to try. So it was the very hard moment. It was not easy, but in the final, I could. At the final, I could got everything that I wanted. But even if it was not a, yeah, how to say that, it was not a successful story. I think that I will be proud of myself. I'm trying to how to say that, be proud by my failures too, because I'm trying. If I'm fail, it means to me that it's not the end. So it's the same thing, for example, for now that I have a job interview, that I have to pass other things. It's if I fail, it's okay. It's a part of the process of growing and achieve my goals.
Yeah. And I think every decision we make, we are willing to find something, and especially new moment, a new experience, and it hurts to change, you know. So as Samuel mentioned, um, it hurts to speak English because you want to change your life, right? You don't want to be stuck at the same life you have. So, and you understood that English is part of the process. It's not the end. The end is to have a better job, to move countries, to change the life you have now. This is the end. Then you're gonna have other endings, right? So it hurts. Okay, it really hurts. So Samuel, what can you bring to us about a hard decision, a difficult decision that you made in the past that made you grow?
Yeah, I will pick the most recently. That was to when I choose to focus on myself, my self development. You know, so I start to study English seriously. I start to take this serious in my life. Also, I start to go to the college to specialize, and I also doing that. I think I start to set better goals, you know, and doing that now I can have a more scheduled life. I know I'm not a robot. I know sometimes the things just go in a different way, but have some schedules, start to looking to the future and schedule the week. For example, here in Talk and Talk, now I have my schedules with you guys here at 6 a.m. every day from Monday to Friday, and this is helping me to take have more control of my life when I can, right? And more control, more limited control, at least, as I can say. So this is helping to be more organized, and this is reflecting in my job, in my personal life as well, because right now I know when I have to do some stuffs, so hey, my wife as well, she knows I'm here studying and she needs to prepare our children, and at 7 a.m. I need to just go and take them to the school. After that I go to the gym, not today because today I have a mentorship at 8 hours, but yeah, create this time of routine is painful. I have to admit, it's painful to follow this strictly. Sometimes I want to just give up, but when I'm not give up this kind of stuff, I think I start to grow. I gain one more point of experience, So yeah, you can do that. You can go straight and do what you have scheduled to do. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that.
and commitment comes first, and then the development will get along, So
Yes.
that's it, like a formula. And you, Diogo, which decision you have made that made you grow?
10 years ago, I I worked in a multinational insurance company like Electro, and I decided to crash my 5G because I need to open my company, our company. And in my plan, I had 2 years for my business to be right, to be uh, in our direction that I established, and because any factors like to money, like to special employees, it was difficult. I decided to close my business and return for my market. And in this moment, it was difficult more than when I request my file in a multinational company, because for me it's like to over a dream, I had a dream to have my business, to have my company. I get it because it was difficult to structure the business since the first step, like to open the documents, open the of the equipments, contract the employees, and when it stage the moment, I unfortunately it wasn't right. I need to close, but it's over my dream, But it was in my plan because I know then 2 years I get it to come back of my area, my like to same job when I request my files. And that is, it was difficult, but yesterday I went with my wife. Uh, it was the 10 year. It's November 2024, 10 for 14. And now, 10 years after, here we go. Stronger. I serious, I have any problems because this with my name in the market because I don't have credit, because I live almost 4 years to pay only my taxes, my bills because this company. Like my credit card is huge. But today here you go. It's a good experience, and really now I don't know how the next day after today. But if possible for me, one day I want to try again, but I will try without to need my business don't depend only the invoice, depend more myself special, do you know?
Yeah,
Yes,
partners
necessary. Yes, it's
without
necessary to
partners.
help. Yes, but partners, employers, it's very different, very different. The peoples are very different. Incredible.
Yeah. I try to have some business partners throughout the years, but it's too complicated. It's too complicated. And nowadays it's better to just have the money and hire someone, to be like a C level or a head of marketing, head of sales or whatever,
Hmm.
instead of having someone to be a shareholder in the company. But yeah, it's complicated, and there's something I really love doing, that is to take accountability over my decisions. So if I decide, like, which day was it? I think it was Sunday. Sunday, I realized after the 8 p.m. meeting that something was screwed. And then I had to come back home like 10 and something. And I worked until 1 and almost 2 a.m. and trying to figure out things to start the week, especially because all the links, they were broken. So that was the reason why I canceled the 6 a.m. meeting, because I was going to be like exhausted. But when I was like with the support, like trying to solve things out, I started to, hey, I'm kind of back on the game, like looking at all the sessions, all people, all the students, and like I hired someone now to um in the role of a community management. Like I don't have money for it, but this is something interesting about myself. If I have all the plans settled, things do not go well. I need to have like some emotion. So not having, like, it doesn't mean that I don't have money. I have money, but not money to hire someone. It's different. It's not like when you whatever. And then like let me take this step because I know I'm gonna grow, and then I'm gonna look back and see the development itself thriving and everything. So at least for me, works like this. I do not grow when the sea is calm, the ocean, it's not like sunny weather and everything, it's flat. No, I just grow when the things are raining, storm, and everything falling apart. It's crazy.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, it's really crazy. And what about maturity? I have been like learning a lot and evolving myself a lot on this. But Samuel, um, do you believe emotional pain it's necessary for maturity? Do you think like after having your children, you are more mature because of this like it's I'm not gonna say difficult moment because it's not difficult, but it's a challenge, right? Or and
Yeah.
other things that made you like hurt and feel the pain. Do you think you're more mature because of that or no? Is there other reasons?
Oh, absolutely. I think this was a huge challenge in my life, and I need to change the way uh, the way how I look at the life, how I think, how I decide the things. So I think the maturity is very necessary to us to growth, because without maturity, I probably do not accept. I won't accept the new challenge. For example, I have to have a huge maturity to be here. I know this is some commitment that may not bring me some instantly, how can I say, comfort at this moment. It's uncomfortable to me to be here at some time. As you said, it's uncomfortable because I may stuck when I try to express myself. It's difficult, but I'm looking forward to improve myself day by day. So in the future, maybe 6 months from now, I will be in a different position. I will improve my English, my vocabulary, so I can express myself better, and this can brings me new opportunities, for example, at my job. And that's funny to look at Rafael saying how he talks so well English and think, hey, my English is not very good. Oh man, believe me, your English is very, very good, at least for me. I know how to handle this kind of situation. This is a challenge for me every day at my job, but it's a technical job. It's a technical English. I just need to communicate how the task is going, what I'm facing, if I have some blocks. I don't need to talk something like express myself, talk about my feelings. So yeah, this word maturity for me is very important in our areas of our life. You need to have maturity to handle these stuffs. How to control yourself, how to control your emotions. I think this is the most
Emotional
important part.
intelligence.
Yeah. I take the course on the LinkedIn. I'm studying the developing your emotional intelligence, and thanks you for canceling the yesterday class.
The immersion.
So I start to think, hey, I'm here. I will study something. I take this course. Take 4 minutes. At the middle of that is very interesting. Developing your emotional intelligence, disrupting thoughts and emotional intelligence.
Yeah, and the key of the key change you might have is get this content and ideas and put into practice. Otherwise, it's gonna be just another content, just more information.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm reading a book as well that talk about your potential. I think I mentioned that last week. And what I'm trying to do is when I learn something, I'm trying to talk about that. I'm trying to share this information. And I take this course because you said that that will be the subject of the class. So I think we can link the stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you, Rafa, what about this emotional pain? How does it work? Does it help you to grow, to be more mature on things, or how does it work?
Yeah, I think it helps, but it's not necessarily. I think it's something that because I think there are other things that help us to grow in the how to say, to be considered mature, or especially to consider ourselves like maturity, a mature person. Because I think the maturity is something that it's when we realize that we have the experience. So I think it's more about the experience. I totally agree that the painful experiences are the most impactful and also important to learn things and to be mature. But it's not only this. I think it's about love experience too, friendship experience, the good and bad feelings. And maturity to me is have the experience, and when we have our way to see things in life. So to me, it's more about it. The pain is something that we have to pay attention because it's very important, but it's not necessary for our growth. There are other emotions that how to construct be also at this maturity.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go really deep into this, right? Yeah, but we don't have much time left. So welcome back, Lurian. Rosalia, Daphne has just left. So, Lurian, how can you just share like one of the answers you have from your group, what you can share with us here in the main room?
Yes, so we are talking about experience that we need to be out of your comfort zone, to have some kind of discomfort and try to put yourself out, because this is the hard part. Sometimes you don't want to put yourself out of this moment. And I said about I finished a relationship with it was a relationship for 7 years. I just finished. Pandemic start. I was totally lost. I couldn't go out. I couldn't leave. I was, oh my God, I need to live my life. I felt really alone about. And I decided to do a exchange program in Canada. And always I said I was another person when um, I went, and I come back all the different one. I sometimes for me it's hard to remember about the Luria before Canada, because some acts, like actions of her, I couldn't do today. So this really make me develop, grow. So I'm really happy that Luria had the courage, to do that. But I don't want to be her anymore. So it's like
Yeah,
that.
very good, very good. And you, Rosalia, what can you bring to us?
Yeah, it was amazing when Lourdes talk tell us this story. You always then I said I was thinking about my children because my son was about to go to Ireland. Then 2 months before they broke the relationship and stay in Brazil. It was amazing for me, but at the moment he suffer a lot, but grow up this moment and it's okay. Then you use the more time to talking about the experience to use to grow more and stay there. Have no time to continue, but it was amazing. Thank you so much.
Very good. Diogo, do you want to finish up? Say something before we go?
No, good to be here with you. About your last question, I believe the pain it's not necessary, but it's part of the process, because sometimes we talk about the feelings, talk about the dreams, the goals, I believe that's it.
Yeah, I wish we didn't need the pain to grow, but unfortunately, my point of view, it's necessary. Otherwise, we're gonna be stuck where we are because we are always looking, we are seeking comfort every single time. No, so I struggle a
Yes.
lot to bring new students. Like they are doing well. So, for example, I'm gonna invite Samuel pretty soon to be a host, to be in the advanced program. And I know it's gonna rely on, I'm not good, my English needs to be better. But I already know I have been like here for years. Rosalie was like that. I don't speak English. Oh, my Italian. Remember, you're Italian? You didn't know any word in Italian, but you made it through. And then that's how we learn. We don't need to be prepared for things. We just need to, if someone is inviting you, there's a reason for that. Someone is watching you and have uh, uh, an opinion and information about you. So that's it. Tomorrow we're gonna be back. If I'm not mistaken, tomorrow we're gonna talk about the talk and talk learning process. Okay. So I have prepared some questions, and this week we're gonna have conversations on until Wednesday with me, and this Thursday we're gonna have conversations with Pedro at 6 a.m. Pedro Rezende. He's gonna take over every Thursday at 6 a.m. and especially this Thursday and Friday, and the next Thursday and Friday I'm not gonna be around. Okay? So thank you so much for your time. Have a great day, everyone. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Take care.